Hi, welcome to the channel. Today I'm reacting to another major Gaurav Arya video on the Chanakya Dialogues English. This is USA is showing dual face of its diplomacy. And as always, if you're enjoying the video, please smash that like button. Let's get to it.
A message from President Joe Biden that Indians should not have to wait for a US visa. Americans who privately own battle tanks, which actually fire. There are Americans who own anti-aircraft weapons. Now, this is a country, America, talking about sovereignty, talking about rights, talking about red lines. This is a country that has invaded dozens of countries, as I mentioned. Jen friends, I'm Major Gaurav and you're watching the Chanakya Dialogues English. Like this video, subscribe to our channel and don't forget to press the bell icon. The US is again playing a double game, and today I have two parallel stories pertaining to the United States of America. Both these are policy stories and extremely interesting. On one hand, the US offers a hand of friendship and says that we must do everything we can, and this is regarding visas, so we must do everything we can to build bridges with India, to offer a hand in friendship and to sort of make that bond of trust stronger. On the other hand, it passes a comment which says that there are certain red lines. And one of the red lines is you're not trying to kill a US citizen on US soil. They were alluding to Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. Now, I have my research paper here and I'm going to point out the dichotomy in what US speaks and US thinks and US says. There is a great deal of difference, and why US is trying this with India.
Who is he alluding to exactly?
You see, now, first of all, how they offer a hand of friendship. Eric Garcetti, the US ambassador to India, he said that President Joe Biden has instructed him to hurry up with the visas. So he's saying Joe Biden has instructed him to reduce the wait time for American visas in India, marking the first time a US president has given such an instruction to an ambassador in any country. So this is to make the Indians feel special that, I have come here. Eric Garcetti, the US ambassador to India, says, I have come to India with a message from President Joe Biden that Indians should not have to wait for a US visa. Hurry up. Make it happen. So, and this has never happened, where the President of America or the United States of America has given a directive to any ambassador, US ambassador, to do this for a country. This has never happened, and this is happening for the first time. So this is supposed to make us feel extremely happy.
Has any other president or prime minister for any other country actually done that before? Or is Joe Biden setting a precedent?
Now, this is supposed to make Indians celebrate that, hey, we're all going to the US, etc. Now, currently the wait time for US visa is 250 days. Garcetti emphasized the need for the US Congress to address issues related to legal immigrants, green cards and citizenship. And the US Embassy in India reported a 75% decrease in visa waiting time, with 60% increase in granting of visas over the year, etc., etc. Now, the wait time of 250 days is still considered too long, and there's a whole thing here.
250 days, though? Isn't that close to 8 months? Is that normally how long it takes to get a visa from another country? I mean...
reported an influx of Indian students to the US for higher education, with 35% increase, reaching an all-time high of 268,923 students in 22-23 academic year, as per the Open Doors report.
250,000 Indian students got visas to come to the US during that academic year? That is impressive. Wow. I did not realize that number was that high.
And to strengthen diplomatic ties, 2 consulates have been opened in Bangalore and Ahmedabad, with efforts underway to increase staff levels for effective representation, blah, blah. So this is supposed to make India feel good. So the gist is that Joe Biden called Eric Garcetti, the US ambassador to India, and said, hey, there is too much of a waiting time, and Indians are waiting for US visas. Should not happen. This is the first time the US president has called the US ambassador and given him such instructions, blah, blah. On the other hand, and this on the other hand is far more important than what you see. For me, I have relatives in the US. Okay? I have close relatives in the US, and I've never been to the US. I've never applied for visa because I dislike traveling. All right? I don't like to travel. So there are many people who love traveling. You say that, hey, you want to go to France and let's go to Greece, and they say, yay, let's catch a flight and go, and we love traveling. I don't love traveling. I hate traveling. I dislike traveling. I do it under duress. I do it if in a professional capacity I'm required to go. Then only I will travel. Otherwise, I do not like traveling at all.
I absolutely love traveling. When I was a single soldier, I would travel all over the world, especially when I was stationed in Germany. But that's one of the things I love to do. But now that I'm a parent with 2 young kids and a puppy, yeah, it makes traveling kind of hard. How about you guys? Do you guys like to travel?
Whether it's the US or UK or any other country. I don't like traveling within my country also. The only place where I look forward to going is Kashmir. Apart from Kashmir, I don't like to go anywhere. So, it's not that every Indian is dying to go to the US, like the Americans are saying. So, it's not like that. There are many like me who may not want to go, who have no plan of going anywhere. And then he says, unacceptable red line. Now, this is regarding Khalistani terrorist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. The US ambassador to India, Eric Garcetti, emphasized that no government or government employee can be involved in the alleged assassination of another country's citizen, calling it an unacceptable red line and matter of sovereignty and rights. Now, let me read out, and then I will say why America has messed it up again. I quote, any country having an active member of the government involved in a second country trying to assassinate one of their citizens, that's, I think, usually a red line for any country. That's the basic issue of sovereignty. That's a basic issue of rights. So he told ANI in an interview, for any of us, just abstractly, that has to be a red line. No government or government employee can be involved in the alleged assassination of any one of your own citizens. That's just an unacceptable red line.
I'm pretty sure this is in reference to or alluding to that Khalistani separatist and terrorist who was murdered or assassinated in Canada some months ago. Whether or not India was involved, I don't know. But I'm not sure why that is even coming up as a part of a visa process. I mean, that just seems odd.
So he's talking about, Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, and then he acknowledges the joint investigation between India and US regarding the alleged foiled assassination plot against Khalistani separatist Gurpatwant Singh Pannun, and he stated that America protects free speech, but individuals must adhere to the country's laws, and any criminal accusation must meet the threshold for successful outcome in accordance with US law. When people do step over the line saying that something will be bombed as opposed to saying somebody shouldn't fly, the United States freedom of speech, we want success for anybody if there is a criminal accusation to reach the threshold that would have a successful outcome. So essentially, now let me explain to you. I've read out all the boring stuff. Now let's come to the exciting stuff. Let's come to the analysis of this. So on one stage or at one level, America says that, we want more and more Indians to come to the United States, and we are fast-tracking visas, and this comes directly from POTUS, the President of the United States. And at the other hand, what Eric Garcetti says, that this is clearly a red line, and if Indians try to assassinate a US citizen on US soil, it's a matter of sovereignty, etc. First of all, why does US talk about sovereignty at all? I don't understand. They have invaded dozens of countries. When it happens to them, and I'm not saying India has done it, not for a moment am I saying that India has done it, or India has attempted to assassinate Gurpatwant Singh Pannun. Pannu is a joke, we all make fun of him. I don't think India wants to assassinate Pannu, right? Pannu is insignificant. All he does is make threats in a Punjabi, English, Hindi hybrid. It's very funny. I think Pannu is a whole lot of fun. I've got a small teddy bear right up there. I'm pointing towards that teddy bear. I've got the teddy bear, and it's got Pannu written on it.
I'm assuming that he is some sort of Khalistani separatist leader living in the US. That's what I think, at least. If I'm wrong, please drop that in the comments.
I mean, Pannu is no threat to anybody, and nobody would want to assassinate Pannu. I think they've got it backwards. But just to say that, no, this is a country, America, talking about sovereignty, talking about rights, talking about red lines. This is a country that has invaded dozens of countries, as I mentioned before. They invaded Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, Korea, Vietnam. They send their Marines to so many countries in South America. I don't know. The complete list of the crimes of the United States of America is so long. It's so long. They just feel that they can do anything. But when it comes to them, they're very, very sensitive. Americans are very sensitive. The Americans can burn your house to the ground, and that is absolutely acceptable. But should you protest, or should you take action, then you become a villain. And this is clearly the case in this matter also.
So the U.S. is definitely hypocritical. I think that's an understatement almost. But the U.S. has the do as I say, but don't do as I do mentality.
Trying to blame. So this is what America is doing. On one hand, they say, we like India and we want to give priority to India. On the other hand, they got this Gurpatwant Singh Pannun issue in between, which is hardly an issue. If India wanted Pannu dead, Pannu would be dead. Is it so difficult to get somebody killed in the United States of America? What nonsense are they saying here? America is full of drug addicts. It's full of weapons. It's full of people on all sorts of drugs. It's full of homeless people. It's full of violent crimes. Haven't you heard? Every single week there is a mass shooting in America every 15 days. I mean, at least twice or thrice a month.
Technically, there's a mass shooting almost every day, actually. A mass shooting being defined as, I think there's more than one person. A lot of times it's just like drugs or fights or whatnot, but sometimes it is just random violence, such as a school shooting or that Walmart shooting or that grocery store shooting or that other school shooting or the nightclub shooting. I mean, yeah, the list goes on. But technically there is a mass shooting just about every day in the U.S.
You hear of a mass shooting in America. Somebody enters a shopping mall with an AR and shoots 5 people, 10 people, 3 people. It's extremely common. Schools are not safe. Libraries are not safe. University campuses are not safe. Everybody has access to a gun. In America, in some of the states, because every state has a different gun law, but in some of the states in the United States of America, especially in the southern states, you can order a fully automatic machine gun on the internet. All you need is a credit card. Just order. They'll deliver an AK-47 to your residence here. It'll come nicely packed with 1,000 rounds of ammunition and 3 spare magazines here.
You can go to a gun show and buy a 50 cal machine gun even.
You can order military grade weapons. You go on the internet. Please go on the internet. There are Americans who privately own battle tanks, which actually fire. There are Americans who own anti-aircraft weapons. Now these are very dangerous. These are military grade weapons, and they can cause serious destruction. But Americans own them. They proudly take them during the weekend to the ranches and they fire them. This is the United States of America. If we actually wanted to kill Pannu, all you need to do is give $500 to a homeless man. It's not like Pannu has an entire squad of bodyguards. Yeah, it's not that whenever Pannu leaves his house, he's surrounded by 50 people armed with submachine guns. Yeah, it's not like that. We don't want to kill Pannu. Nobody wants to kill Pannu. This is an American invention. This whole killing of Pannu, that India wants to kill Pannu. And somebody from RNAW planned to kill Pannu. If RNAW wanted Pannu dead, Pannu would have been dead long back. It's very easy. Give $100 to a homeless man in America, a homeless drug addict, and say that you'll get 100 more. He'll wait, and when Pannu comes, he'll attack him. But we never want to do. We have never wanted to do that. We have never done it in the past. So I don't know what game America is playing, but clearly, both these news items, trying to reach out to India, saying that you're a great friend, and then saying that these are our red lines. So this is the kind of diplomacy, the two-faced diplomacy that the United States of America does. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, I come to the end of today's episode. I hope you enjoyed our episode, and if you did, please press the like button. Subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram, Bharat Mata Ki Jai.
So as usual, Major Arya is not afraid to call out leaders and countries. So I do respect that about him. So why did the U.S. add that red line? My only guess is to appease Canada since we're such good friends with them. What do you guys think? But thank you guys so much for watching. If you do want to watch another major Arya video, then here you go. And if you do want to help support the channel, I could always use a like, sub, share, comment, or thanks.